If you need a quick and easy spring dessert idea, I have got just the thing for you. This lemon ricotta cake is as easy as it gets. It's so light and fluffy and filled with lemon flavor, and when served with a little dollop of homemade whipped cream, it really can be a showstopper. Let me show you how to make it. First thing you want to do is add a cup of sugar to a large bowl, so I'm just using white granulated sugar, and a cup of melted butter. And I'm using unsalted butter because I'm here in France and our salty butter is pretty salted. But if you live in the US, I would use salted butter because you'll just get a lot more flavor that way. So we just want to beat this up until it's nice and combined. At this stage, it should be nice and crumbly and pale yellow. Now we're going to add the eggs. So I'm using 3 eggs that have been sitting at room temperature. The room temperature part just really helps the eggs incorporate with the butter. If you've forgotten to take the eggs out, you can put them in a bowl like this and just cover them with warm water and set them for 5 minutes. Then at this stage, you're going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Now for our delicious lemon flavor, we're going to get that in 2 ways. One is with the lemon zest and then also with the lemon juice. So first I'm going to be zesting 3 lemons. I have a medium-sized lemon here in order to get about 2 tablespoons of zest. Now for zesting the lemons, I would use something like this that has a little bit bigger hole to it rather than something like this that you might use for like grating nutmeg. I think these are just a little bit too fine to get enough zest to get enough flavor. We're looking for a 1/4 cup of juice. I'm just going to use the measuring cup that had my butter in it. Okay, then you can beat this up. All right, let's talk about the ricotta cheese. So the ricotta is going to make this cake really moist and delicious and give it a lovely texture. But you do have to drain it first because depending on the brand you buy, some ricotta cheese can be very watery, some can be drier, so it just pays to drain it. You can also do this in the refrigerator the night before you plan to make the cake, and then it can be draining while you sleep. Ricotta cheese is also a great thing to add to pancakes, and I have a really delicious spring pancake recipe for lemon ricotta pancakes with raspberry sauce. So good! Because when you add it to pancakes, it makes the pancakes so light and fluffy, almost more like crepes. Super delicious. I will leave you that link in the description. All right, here we go. So for the flour, I'm using 1.5 cups of cake flour. So cake flour is just gonna help our cake have a really lovely, beautiful texture. It's really just more of like an extra credit move. If you want to really take it over the edge. If you can't find cake flour, that's okay. You can use all-purpose. I would just sift it. Then we also want to add 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. And then I also have 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then go ahead and whisk up your dry ingredients until everything is combined. Then we are going to add these dry ingredients to our wet ingredients, about 1/3 at a time. So for our pan, I'm using a 9-inch Springform pan, so otherwise known as a cheesecake pan, where the ring comes loose from the bottom. I love to bake this cake in here because it's just easier to remove and looks a little bit fancier when you put it on a cake stand. But we do want to spray it well with some baking spray. You know how sometimes when you bake a cake and the bottom feels like a little bit tough or maybe not as soft as the interior? Well, one way to guard against that is just to use a little bit of parchment paper in the bottom. We're going to remove that once the cake is baked, but it will help the bottom of the cake retain its lovely texture. And then just to be safe, I use whatever's left on this pastry brush and just give it another once over. Okay, we're all ready. Then we can just pour our batter inside. Then you can smooth it out with a spatula. I think it's easy to turn the cake pan like that, but really the best way is gravity. Just give it a shake. Don't tap it because you don't want to remove all that beautiful lift that we got with our eggs, but just kind of go like this, just to make sure all the batter is level. Then I also like to add 1/4 cup of raw slivered almonds just before baking because it gives the cake a little bit of a nice crunch at the top and it looks really pretty when you go and dust it with powdered sugar. Put your cake in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 25 to 30 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean and the top is golden brown. And when it's done, it'll look like this. So you want to just let it cool for a little bit before you try to release it from the Springform pan. I would give it at least a ½ hour to an hour. And then when it is cool enough to handle, go ahead and loosen it just gently with a knife to make sure that when you release the spring, the cake is not stuck to the side. Then to transfer it to our cake stand, I'm going to be using a cake lifter. I love these little gadgets because they make it really easy to transfer a cake. What I typically like to do is peel back this parchment paper, and then we're going to put the cake lifter in between the cake and the parchment paper. And that will just allow you to move the cake without bringing the parchment paper with you. And then for a finishing touch, you just want to add a little bit of powdered sugar on top, just a dusting for that spring-like look. But you see what I mean about the texture? It's just super fluffy and so light and delicious and filled with the most incredible lemon flavor. And it's the perfect combination with the whipped cream. I think if you needed a last minute dessert for Easter Sunday, you might want to take the time to whip this up. It is so good.